welcome to 10 Bestest, where we sift through the noise so you don't have to. I'm Karen McFarland-Holman.
And I'm Brian Hart.
Today, I'm going to be talking about a cheesy new attitude.
And I'm going to share a heroic project TEAMSEAS. Let's get to it.
My cool sheet. I am going to be talking about cheese alternatives. But I have an outlook on vegan cheese, so specifically these alternatives are vegan. I have an outlook on them that I have yet to find anywhere else or read about anywhere else, and I'm going to share that with you. And I will tell you that outlook in a minute. But first, I just want to give you a little bit of a backstory. About 5 years or so ago, I was in a local restaurant, Venti's, a formal cool sheet in episode 111, and I ordered vegan nachos. I don't even remember why I ordered it because I wasn't trying to eat vegan at the time. But what happened was that I fell in love with this dish. And it was not because it was the perfect vegan rendition of cheese, but rather it was something that I preferred to eat instead of a traditional plate of nachos with milk-based cheese. In fact, I still order it. It's great. And since then, things have changed in my life where my son is now vegan and I'm not, but my refrigerator and pantry are now about 95% vegan. So I've gotten exposed to a ton of vegan foods, including cheeses. And I have discovered something about recipes that are traditionally cheese heavy, like mac and cheese. Cheese has been excruciatingly difficult for food scientists to reproduce because cheese contains this protein called casein, which has this amazing quality of melting and getting stretchy. And creating something similar from ingredients that aren't from animals is not trivial. But nowadays, in 2021, there are some that do come close. However, my outlook on this is to approach recipes with vegan cheeses not as a way to replicate nature. Rather, what are the textures and the flavors that can create or give that same kind of vibe that give you that feeling of richness and the comfort food that cheese gives you? That is why cheese is so much loved. So I suggest not seeking substitute cheeses that will perfectly duplicate regular cheese because you will forever be disappointed. Instead, go for the feeling that you get from that cheese substitute with new flavors, new textures, along with the increased health benefits of not eating so much of the milk-based cheese. Look into those cheese alternatives.
Oh, this is cool. And I love that approach because it's actually a common joke from Scott and I is like, our vegan friends will be like, oh, it just tastes just like cheese. And we're like, yeah, you just haven't had cheese in a while.
Yeah,
because this does not taste like cheese.
No.
It's not bad. It just doesn't taste like cheese. But they are getting better, of course.
They really are, yeah.
But that consistency and that feeling you get. I love how you put that because that is a cool way to think about it. This like savory, like just warm feeling that you get, this comfort food that could be a cheese alternative. Right. Definitely, you can replicate that. And I've been into vegan cheeses too and trying different versions of it and how to do it. And it's just been interesting to me because it's kind of that, I love cooking. I love kind of that cooking science. I love doing these alternative, studies and like experimentations to get the one that I like. So that's really cool. Do you have good sources that you'll put in the show notes?
Yes.
Of like your favorite recipes or?
So what I have a few different links because I wanted to capture a few different things about this. So all the links are at 10bestest.com/space. And what I have there is, first off, I have a little bit about the food science cool. And why it is so difficult because there's that protein, that special protein, that casein.
That was super interesting.
Yeah. And so all of these food scientists have been trying to, you know how the fake cheese back in the day, it would separate out and there'd be like greasy lumps and then there'd be like lumps of, it just was not good. So how can they bring that together? Actually, xanthan gum plays a big role. Former cool sheets. Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense now that we know about it.
Exactly. So I have one link that's NPR actually talks about that.
Oh, cool.
So it's very accessible by non-scientists. And then I have links so you can find some recipes and some, if you want to just go buy some and try it.
Cool.
Because there are some that are pretty good. So, and especially I would say things like your shredded, if you're going to shake like on your pasta, the shredded Parmesan, there are some that are made out of cashew that because that kind of gets mixed in, so that's not quite as important.
Okay,
so in terms of that, so anyway, I give lots of links.
That's cool. Yeah, I know Chef's Tips does one, and it, but even if you look at like if you just take a block of cheddar cheese and you melt that, it's not great at melting. That's why they like American cheese so much, and it's like this total processed with all these other additives. But that's what makes the amazing like nacho, like melted lava, it cannot be duped. You can't use real cheese, unfortunately, to have that perfect texture. So it makes sense that you can replicate that with vegan stuff, and now make something equally as smooth and delicious. And I like that sometimes better than actual real cheese for certain things. So I can't wait to check this out. Very cool. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm getting very hungry right now.
I bet you are.
All right, I'm going to be talking about TEAMSEAS. So this is another team up by Mr. Beast and Mark Rober, who I just talked about. And a bunch of other YouTube influencers like MKBHD, another former Cool Sheet, tons of them. They are helping remove 30 million pounds of trash by January 1st, 2022. And so far, in just a week, I believe, they've removed 6 million pounds of trash from the ocean, beaches, and rivers. It's mind-blowing what they're doing. So basically, you donate $1 and they will remove 1 pound of trash, and they go from there. So you can donate as much as you want. I think there's a big company, I forget who it was. I think it's YouTube actually, like YouTube, one of their departments, that's doing like a 400,000 match. So it's really cool. Everybody's getting behind it. They claim that it's going to be one of the biggest, baddest, most impactful cleanup projects of all time. They have cutting edge river interceptors, local organized cleanups. They're removing ghost gear, which is equipment that has been lost. It's under the ocean, that has been abandoned, and that is does all kinds of damage and collects other waste. So they remove that. Sometimes they'll give it back to the company if they want it, or they'll recycle it. They do these so many amazing projects. They also do just actual beach cleanup where you can see if it's in your area, but they're focusing on the dirtiest beaches and kind of the beaches that need it the most. But you can help that if you want to and organize removals like that. Then they go to the source of the problem. A lot of times there's rivers, and I think there's like 8% of the rivers that do the most trash collecting throughout the world. So they create it where it's not just beach or ocean, but collecting it before it happens, before it gets there in these rivers. And not just pickups, but also how to reduce that waste in the future. They're doing so many amazing things. Check out TEAMSEAS.
This is so wonderful because I just heard inklings that this was happening, and you have explained the whole thing.
Yeah, it was hard to put that down in 2 minutes. Definitely the links on our website will give you to Mr. Beast and Mark Rober's. They did a video, and it's cool because I love both of their styles, and it's very unique to them. So Marco's all about that robot that picks up the trash in the ocean.
Oh, I bet.
And Mr. Beast is more of like his kind of these, competitions and things, and he has these teams that are doing it, and they actually have a competition, a race. So then they intermingle their videos, and each video separately, one's from Mr. Beast's point of view, one's from Mark's, and it's, their unique personality and take on it. It's so cool. Definitely check out those two videos, and they explain it even more in depth because they have 10 or 12 minutes per video to explain it. It's so cool.
Are your links to those two videos by both?
Yeah, it'll be TEAMSEAS, just the actual organization, so you can check out all that info, and then there are 2 videos as well.
Excellent.
So that'll be a really good primer.
Good.
And I'll let you seek out all the other influencers and their videos, because everybody kind of put a video together, launched it all on the same day to kind of create this viral spread of all these influencers, have these huge audiences, and that's why a lot of people have already heard about it, but in case you haven't, now you do.
Yes.
Now you know.
And you can find the links to those videos and everything else we talk about at 10bestest.com/space.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, friend. I'm Karen McFarland Holman.
And I'm Brian Hart.
Let us know in the comments, do you ever eat cheese alternatives?
And let us know in the comments, will you be joining TEAMSEAS?
If you're enjoying the show, please give us a like and share it with a friend.
Stay tuned tomorrow for another great show.
And don't forget to stay curious.